Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our weekly session. And as usual, we just wait like a few minutes so to give some time for people to join us. So in the meantime, you can just, if you already have, you can prepare your questions. And because we'll start as usual with a Q&A, and then we'll dive into some funnel related stuff, traffic, opt-in, conversions, and everything you could be interested in knowing to start growing your list and your online business.
Yeah, we got some good stuff today to show you what we've been doing. Show you some results, some good results actually, yeah, we'll show you the funnel, how it works, the funnel that we've used, and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, so it's good. It's good. We got some good stuff. Good morning. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to today. Should be good.
Just checking. Who's in line? Yeah, so we have Eli and Forrest. Yeah, good morning. Okay, so anyway, people will join us while we go through the training. So yeah, as usual, we want to start with the Q&A sessions based on what you've done this week. If you had any issues, any results, any feedback, or just wanted to know more about something specific, either that we discussed last week or in the previous sessions, or just because when you worked on your online business, you discovered something you would like to know more about. So let's start with some Q&A questions. Okay. Yeah. Good morning. Anyway, so
yeah, so I suppose welcome to all of our new members. We've had quite a few new people join us this week, which is always great. It's always nice to see new people coming to join us to get this thing up and running and kicked off. Yeah, and once you've got everything up and running and it's all in place, then it's just down to traffic. Yeah, which we kind of had a really good discussion about last week. And I want to show you some of the results of some of the tests that JP and I have been running this week. So you can see, and I think it's safe to say that we could recommend somebody else as well. Would you agree with that, JP?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can. And I'm going to talk about this person anyway as we go through today's session, but I'm also going to add his name in the traffic, in the units, in the traffic unit as well. So you can see who it is, and you can just go and get traffic from him as well. So yeah, so that's what we've got coming up for sure. So yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, before we start, just a reminder, and I wrote a post yesterday in the iPhones group.
Yeah, really good one too. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, just as a reminder, because I know some people, you know, you're overwhelmed with so many information, so much to do, and always, you know, triggered to try something else and buy some new products, which usually does not work, and not because this product don't work or whatever, but because when you want to start an online business, you just have to get started and do the right thing from the beginning, and you can't distract yourself with too many things going on. So, and that's also the reason why we created the masterclass initially, just because we have a framework and a process to just take you from where you are to where you would want to be.
Yeah.
And in the process, we provide the tools, the content, and the training for you to do so. And so in that post, I reminded you what those steps are, which is basically have an opt-in page, thank you page, so you can monetize your leads, and of course traffic, and a way to follow up, meaning which should be an email, so an email sequence, which we also provide part of the masterclass. But that's basically all you need to get started. Just 2 pages and and some traffic, and we help you with the traffic as well. But until you get there, until you have created your opt-in page and opt-in funnel, including the email sequence, and that you have started sending some traffic to it, and what we recommend is like 100 clicks a day or 150 clicks a day. Until you have that part done, you should not do anything else. That's it. Because if you start doing something else and you have not built the foundation of your online business, well, it won't work, or it will just fall apart, because the foundation of your business is your list, and how to build it the right way, and how to communicate with your list the right way. So, and until you have, I would say, 500 or 1,000 leads, you should not do anything else. And even and especially because now when you have 1,000 leads or more, or 2,000, it will be easy for you to see exactly how it works. When you just have like 50 leads, of course, it's difficult, because you won't get a lot of clicks from your emails. But remember, it's a numbers game. So you need to treat it like as a business, of course, and understand that it's a numbers game. So 10 leads, 50 leads, 100 leads won't get you anywhere. It will just give you a taste of how it works and how it could work. But if you really want to get into it, you need to do some consistent work, and especially with traffic. And so it starts with setting up your funnel. So we give you the funnel, we give you some alternative funnels as well in the unit section, and we'll show you the alternative funnel we have used in the past few days, and how it worked. And yeah, because as we told you, what we're doing, we are sharing with you, so you know exactly what we are doing, which landing page we are using, what kind of thank you page we have, where we get our traffic from, how we optimize things. And so, as you can see, even us, that's just what we are doing. It all starts with the traffic sent to a converting opt-in page, and then following up with your leads using the sequence. So what we've done this past few days is 100% what you have access to in terms of copy, landing page, thank you page, and email sequence, and the affiliate programs to promote. So yeah, so just read that post and make sure that you can stick to it and to the training we have. We're starting to have quite a few members now, and more are following the trainings and starting to generate leads and getting some trial sign-ups. So it's a good sign. But of course, we'll need more people to do that, because we know it works. So the more people are just following the steps, the more leads you will get, and the more sales you will make. So yeah, just a friendly reminder to just keep busy doing what works and not be distracted by anything else for now. And in 2 to 3 months, when you have 3,000 leads, 5,000 leads, subscribers opening your emails, and you've learned how it works, then you can start to expand and try something different if you want. But I'm sure that when you get there, you will just want to scale up and keep doing what works. So yeah, that was it for the intro speech.
Yeah, glad that. all I want to say, guys, is just something that we've talked about, I suppose, pretty much since the very beginning of iMasterclass, is that the rule of one. You've got a great product that converts, and once you've got it set up, the only thing that you've got to do is send traffic to it. Just send traffic consistently, and as JP said quite rightly in the post, you've got to keep going at it consistently. And I suppose one of the most frustrating things really in terms of traffic is this: if you are sending, if you're buying traffic from a whole number of different sources, let's say solo ads particularly, if you're buying 100 clicks from somewhere, then and you don't get a particularly high opt-in rate, and then they don't open their emails. It can be really frustrating because you feel like I've invested, I don't know, $40-50 in that, and all of a sudden you've got a roadblock. You've got to jump over that. I've still got to carry on and invest more. You've got to get over that hurdle. And as JP said, it is a numbers game, and you've got to keep going at it. And the thing also to remember, and actually JP and I talked about this after last week's call, is that when you're trying a number of different sellers, sometimes the landing page that you send to any particular vendor will work for one, but not for others. So again, it feels really frustrating, which is why it's really important that you track everything, write everything down. I mean, you've got, I think, the spreadsheet, hopefully, and you're using it the same way that JP and I use it. I'm going to show you a screenshot of our last test, which is the guy that we're going to recommend, so you can kind of see the sort of results that we've been getting, but also what we track and what we keep track of in terms of the numbers, because then at a glance you can see very quickly who are the best buyers, and you can discard the worst ones at a snap. You can just get rid of them. So it's keeping track of everything. It's really important you do that, and just keep going at it. Just keep doing it, because what you have in terms of a funnel, a landing page, and a back-end sales product and a follow-up sequence, it works. We know it works because we send it out. We do exactly the same thing. Would you agree with that, JP? We don't do anything different, do we? There's nothing different.
Yeah.
It is literally,
which is the best way for us to teach you what we're doing, is because
do ourselves.
we are doing it. It's not really, there's no effort on our end to teach you that stuff. That's what we're doing. So we are just telling you what we're doing. Yeah. And that's it. We don't have to invent anything or create some theories or whatever. Just what we're using: the funnels, the landing pages, the thank you pages, the traffic, the swipe emails for the solo ads and follow-up sequences. And the platform. So basically, you can just mirror exactly what we're doing. That's simple, and that's our vision, which is okay. If you want to make it work, if you just do what we're doing, you make it work. So
it's that mindset, isn't it? Really, it's that change of when like I did. I started this online journey in 2009, and I tried everything. Literally, I can't think of anything that I haven't actually done. I've done search engine optimization, pay-per-click, copywriting, blogging, you name it. I've tried it to try and make money online. But the problem was, as I was trying to do too many things, and as I just said, when it wasn't working, you just ditch it, and then you try and find something else that somebody else tells you is working, and that's fine. But it's working for them. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you, unless you've got a system, I suppose, like ours, like iMasterclass, where we're doing the same stuff as you and we're making it work. And as JP said, all you got to do is just do what we're doing. We're not doing anything different. We send out traffic from the same sources. We send traffic to landing pages that have got a funnel behind that have got exactly the same monetization as you guys have got. We send out the same email funnels. We don't do anything different. But the thing is that's what we do. We don't diversify and do hundreds of different things looking for another way of making a fast buck, because when you're building a business, you've got to be thinking more long term, and you've got to be thinking of investing in that business. And particularly, as JP said, the most important thing is to build your list. And the way that you do that, of course, is to get traffic, and you've got to test the different traffic sources. And of course, there's always a cost associated with that. But of course, then that's where JP and I come in, because we test a lot of traffic from a lot of different sources, and we report on the good ones, the ones that are converting and the ones that are making us money. And you can use the same guys, the same people, and they're in the group. And I should be adding this Daniel shortly, this new guy in the group as well. So you'll just be able to go and buy traffic from him.
Yeah.
We
don't have any questions, so we just a follow up. Last week we got a question for a service. It's not a solo ad; it's mostly like a solo ad brokers, traffic for you, and we told you we tested it like, I think it was a few years ago. Nothing memorable, and it seems Ellie tried it, and we won't get into it, but I will just show you the results. So it's related to Traffic for You. So yeah, what we did not remember our experience because it was not good. So yes, Ellie tested it. It was not worth, and it got refunded. So yeah, probably if you want to post in the group some of your results or stats. But yeah, as we told you, we test traffic sources, traffic networks. Walter, yeah, sorry, it was Walter, not Ellie. Yeah, we also, I mean, traffic sources, it also comes down to the traffic network you're using, just like Udemy. And which is why we told you from the very beginning to stick to Udemy for now, because sellers, there's like a ranking system. It's safe, it's secure. There's no, I won't say there's no fraud. There will always be some kind of fraud with clicks. But even when you buy Facebook traffic directly from Facebook or Google, you will get some fraudulent clicks as well. Yeah. So it's part of the game, which is also why we are testing sources for you. But don't try any other source. You have enough traffic on Udemy, and if you run out of traffic on Udemy, then you should probably be running this course. So
yeah, yeah,
you won't need anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, maybe you can move to the funnel we tested, and so probably we can show you the funnel, the landing page, maybe the sequence, and thank you page. Talk about the traffic, and then we can show you some of the results we got.
Okay, we'll do that way around. All right, yeah, that's all right. Okay, should I share my screen on my end then, Jamie? Let's just get the right page. Okay, all right, guys. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm actually going to switch my camera off as well, just to save some resources, because I'm tight and I got a cheap computer. Okay, right. Bear with me. Let me switch my camera off. There we go. All right, guys. So hopefully you can see that on my screen now. This is the funnel that we've been using. It's kind of more generic. So as you can see, it's very simple landing page. It's quite nice. It's got a decent headline on it, a call to action and an opt-in form, and then some other bits and pieces down there as well that you can have a look at with some testimonials and then the image and all that sort of stuff. So kind of very basic, something that we've talked about before in terms of how you construct the landing page and put it all together. And this page works really well. So let me go through the funnel with you so you can see what happens when traffic comes to this landing page and then moves on through the funnel. All right, so I'm going to go into Builder. So from here, let me start on this page. So this is the front end page, as you can see. It's on my domain up here. So the traffic comes to here, they put in their email address, they get added to my list. And then in Builder, they then go to the thank you page. Now the thank you page has got a countdown timer on it, okay? And psychologically, that gets people to start thinking, all right, I've got something really good coming up here. I know, I can't wait to get started with this. So we've got a really nice thank you page. We're going to talk to them about the fact that they should expect an email and to check in the spam folder and all that sort of stuff. And we're creating that little bit of suspense by saying that we're creating your account for you. Please wait, and you'll be redirected in a few seconds. So once the countdown timer goes down, I think it's 10, was it 12 seconds? I can't remember, 10, 12 seconds. They get redirected then to the thank you page, okay, which I think is, okay. So this is funnel 2, the access page of funnel 2. So they go from the laptop lifestyle builder page to the thank you page to this page, and this is where they then start taking action. So we've got, again, you can probably see what we're doing with this now, and we've mentioned this pretty much every week, as we keep people inside our ecosystem as long as we possibly can, because the longer people stay on your page, more they read, the more they click, the more likely they are to take the action that you want them to take. So let's go through here. Step 1. Okay, this one goes through to iMasterclass, so they can join iMasterclass straight away. And then they set up their trial with iFunnels. And of course, here for you, this is where you're going to have your affiliate link. So this is where you make your money on the back end. And then, of course, then there's the course, and then there's some other bits and pieces down here. So this is a page that you're very familiar with. This is what makes them take action. And by golly, they really do take action. I think, would you agree, JP, that this funnel, how we've got it set up, has been probably the highest converting so far?
Yes, in terms of, I mean, for the back end, the funnel 1 works quite well, but in terms of opt-in rate, yeah, that's the one that works the best, especially for really cold traffic from leads and sellers we have never used. So really cold traffic, it works the best, yeah.
Yeah, very definitely. Okay, so that's the funnel then. So they go to a more generic kind of landing page, really, just to kind of whet their appetite, and then they go through this funnel. And then here we've got an opportunity then to keep them inside our or your ecosystem, so that they then do take the actions that you want. So if you're an iMasterclass reseller, this is where your affiliate link would go, and then your iFunnels affiliate link would go here as well. So again, you've got a number of opportunities, of course, to make more money on the back end as you're going through. And people stay and they read and they click, and it's worked really, really well. So
I think it's, what we have used is, if you remember, so you have access to the funnel 1 and funnel 2. Funnel 1, you're giving an online business to your leads, and funnel 2, you're giving like a video course. So what we did is we used that opt-in page, the laptop lifestyle opt-in page, with the thank you page from funnel 2.
Yeah.
So just in case you're wondering where you can find this page, it's basically the thank you page from funnel 2.
Yeah, sorry, Jamie. Yeah, I should have mentioned that, guys. Sorry. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, so there you go. That's the funnel, really. And again, you've pretty much got all the resources there. It's kind of mixing and matching them all together to keep people inside your ecosystem as long as you possibly can, really. And that's what we try to do. And as I said before, the longer people stay with you, the more chances they're going to click and take the action that you want them to take. So that kind of is how it works. So where did we get the traffic from? So from Udemy up here. So let me just show you.
Maybe maybe just before. If you can show, because the funnel part does not end with the front end of it. So meaning it does not end with just the opt-in page and thank you page. I would say your funnel is not just what's visible. It's also what's happening in the back end, meaning your follow-up sequence. So maybe you can show us how it's plugged into which sequence this funnel is plugged.
Yeah.
And so they have so our people have a good idea of exactly how we build our funnel.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, guys. So again, something else as well, which reminded me, it's also got an exit pop on it. Okay, so we put that on there. So that goes to iMasterclass, and then this way then goes through to funnel 1. So again, we're keeping them inside. But the page itself, so the opt-in form here, as you said, is linked to the thank you page, which goes through to funnel 2, the access page for that. But the let me just come back to pages. Let me just take you through the whole thing so you can see exactly what we've done. So the opt-in page itself is linked up exactly the same way as you do on pretty much all of the others. It's got a lead channel, and of course within that lead channel we've got an email funnel that's attached to it, which I'll show you in a moment. So just let me show you what I did. Once it loads, I'll take you through that. But again, this isn't stuff that you don't have access to. This is stuff that you can kind of put together yourself. And I suppose really it's that little bit of sort of creativity, that little bit of creative thinking that sort of adds a little bit of a twist, a slightly different angle on things that again makes it feel like a new funnel. So it's great in that respect. So it's taking a little bit of time to load. But so anyway.
Yeah, I mean, what's important is probably just, because I think now they know how to connect their opt-in form to the email funnel, but just show us maybe in email funnels, the funnel you're using.
Yeah, absolutely. I can add that.
Yeah, so, because basically the email funnel we're using is the one you have access to as part of the masterclass, which is the trust and rapport sequence.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not the lead campaigns in email funnels.
Oh, okay. I was just going to show it from here. That's all right.
All right.
I can do it here. That's fine. So for the laptop lifestyle, we are using. I can't remember what page it's on now. There it is.
Okay.
Yep, that's it right there. So there we go. So we've got 10, 11. So there's including the welcome email, 12 days. And this actually is the trust and rapport sequence for the iMasterclass. So for example, here, let me just open this one. So as you can see, this is stuff that you've already got access to and are probably already using. So they just go out one after the other. So this is the email from that, which then goes through to iMasterclass or pretty much wherever you want it to go from there. Ours is going to iMasterclass because, again, the trickiest rule of one, we're keeping it inside our ecosystem to try and get more members. And it is really working. So that's all I did. And when I built this, is I just added new message and copied them in. So I didn't have to create new stuff. It was already there.
Yeah, and every member has access to this this sequence. So that's, as you can see, that's just what we're doing, using sequence you have access to, using the landing pages you have access to. Yeah. And yes, and now the traffic source, which is also SoloAd seller, but it's a new one we just tested, and so we'll show you who this guy is and where you can buy his traffic.
Yeah, shall I do that now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So like we've said before, when we buy traffic, we do, and what we've always recommended to you guys when you're trying new people is you always do a small order first. On Udemy, it's usually 100. Sometimes you can get away with, 100 clicks is probably minimal really for a test. You don't want to do 50, you don't get enough data. I think so 100 is pretty good. So Daniel Huppertz, this is the guy that we used. Now I contacted Daniel before and he was kind enough to answer, because from the criteria that we've got in terms of asking SoloAd vendors to make sure that they do emails and it's real SoloAd traffic, real email SoloAd traffic. That's what we were interested in. Daniel did actually reply, but we've only just kind of got around to testing him. So we did the first small test, as you can see just here, 100. So that's what I ordered, got 111, and it worked really well. I'm going to show you the results shortly. So what we did was we scaled it up and we ordered 500, and he's just finished delivering actually today. This 550. So Daniel, we've used twice. So what I do on the spreadsheet itself is if we get a fairly decent result, then I'll highlight his name in kind of like a light orange or something like that, which means in my own mind that I need to set another test because it was a pretty good result. But I want to confirm that it wasn't just a one-hit wonder. I want to make sure that there's a good opportunity for consistent traffic and consistent results from the same seller. So at that point, then we would order the next one. He's looking.
You just have to wait.
Yeah, he does take. He takes 2 or 3 hours sometimes to reply, but he's been pretty good. I'll show you the messages all down here, but I've spoken to him quite consistently. Again, as I said to you last week, I always do that. I want to kind of make it and have a bit of a relationship built up first before I start spending any of my hard-earned, and that's fine. I just want to make sure that they're real people, and Daniel has turned out to be pretty damn good. Before I show you the stats, though, which is this screenshot up here, this is the results of all of our tracking from the 600 odd clicks that we've had from Daniel. Something else that I did want to show you guys that I generally do as well in Udemy is when you come into Udemy is click up on forum up here. And then what I try to do is to have a look here under the Udemy Hall of Fame. Usually what tends to happen is you get the best buyers and the best sellers, okay, which is fine, and that's because that's exactly what you want to look for. So what I do is I look at the top solo buyers first of all, and so there you can see them all here. Okay, I want you to take note of this guy's name right here, and then I scroll down and I have a look at the top sellers as well. So I just want to make that, so there's Daniel right there. So these guys, you know pretty well that they're getting an awful lot of buyers. And then I'll come down and have a look at the most medals as well. And Daniel is really kind of standing out at this point. So he's not amongst the top buyers, but he is amongst the top sellers, and he's a top medal winner as well. So that right there is starting to suggest to me that, you know, this is a fairly decent guy to be speaking to. But what is interesting, and guys, this is not meant to be a way of you discounting people completely, but it kind of is a little bit of a red flag for me, and it kind of goes on from what JP was saying last week about people's sales pages. Now, this guy here, Sven, okay, I'm on his list. Get loads of emails. His emails are really good, but this is his solo ad sales page up here. I just want to show you this. I think we mentioned this last week, and I asked if anybody had bought traffic from Sven's solo ads, because I was thinking of testing it. But one of the things that did stand out for me, and from what JP was saying last week, is when you see things like this on here. Again, it's a little bit of a red flag in terms of unsure about the quality of and the targeting and all that sort of stuff. So you've got all sorts down here. You've got Carrot Bars, which is gold and cryptocurrency and all of that sort of stuff. Mo's not around anymore. So, there's little things like that that stand out to me that say, right, okay, it doesn't quite add up completely. So, but then that's not to say that you want to completely discount Sven at all. And the reason I say that is because the emails that I've been getting from him are really good, and they are well written. They are attractive, and the call to actions are pretty good. So the guy obviously knows what he's doing. So it still may be worth a test. But I think because is one of the biggest buyers on Udemy, I'm a little bit reluctant. But having said that, I still may test it. So we'll look out for that one. So just coming back to Udemy, guys, go and have a look in the Hall of Fame, okay, in the forum, just to have a look, see who's doing what and who the best sellers are and all that sort of stuff, and then have a look at them and make sure that they are, exactly who they say they are. I mean, this is Daniel's page when he comes up right now. I always have to make sure that what his testimonials are like, and usually, pretty much, I would say most of the time, if not all the time, I only buy traffic from people who have got 100% positive testimonials, just like Daniel. There you go. So, things like that, it all adds up. It all says to me, this guy kind of knows what he's doing. So that's his page there on Udemy.
Yeah, Paul, sorry, excuse me. We had one question. Did you give him the email to send, or just a link?
To Daniel?
Yeah.
To Daniel, I just sent him a link.
Okay.
There it is right there. That's the link. So we check that again. It's something that I'll do when if his numbers are kind of adding up and his kind of reputation's good and he's got good selling stats like that, then often we'll test with just a link, and it's very quick and it's much easier to do that. Having said that, of course, I could do the text ad, which is in here, which is I don't know if it's this one, or it might not be this one. It might be a different one. No, this is a different one that I've used previously in the past. So it was this one. So this is the one that we've got. This is the one that you guys have got access to as well from inside the group. You can use this one. I didn't believe it was real, and neither will you, but it is. Again, so this email converts really well. The thing with Daniel is when I spoke to him about it, is he said that he would be quite happy to send the email over if I wanted to. And of course, if you set it up this way in Udemy with ad text, then they have to do it. Okay, they will send it out. So I didn't have an issue at all with Daniel, again, particularly because he was quite happy and prepared to send our email out. So I suppose you could say I kind of broke my own rules a little bit. However, when you start adding all the things together, I had a really good feeling. And as it's turned out, it was a good one. So now you guys can get to use Daniel as well. So let me show you the stats right here. These are the stats from the traffic. So this was this morning. Daniel hadn't quite finished sending all of the traffic. This was the screenshot that of all the details from all of the traffic that we've had from Daniel this morning. It was about 10 a.m. this morning, JP, in UK time, that is, guys. So
yeah, just a few hours ago.
Yeah, so he's had another few hours just to send off over the last few just to make up. So we've got the full 10% over delivery. But you're looking at almost 300 brand new subscribers, a conversion rate of 47%. That's really good. And we're getting trials. We've got enterprise trials and pro trials as well from him. And we've had, it's Hupperts. Daniel's full name is Hupperts. I'll come back to it in a second. I'll add his name to the unit in the group as well on the traffic unit. So it will be there in the next hour or so. So in terms of revenue, we're looking at $1,372 in terms of revenue. Now the cost, these are the default figures. So the cost is actually almost $300 in reality. But the return of investment, we're probably looking at around about 500% when you look at. Would you agree with that, JP?
Yeah, it's around 500.
Yeah. So right there, that is good quality traffic tested across 2 orders. Okay, not just the first one. The second one is the important one as well, really, to make sure that it's consistent and it converts consistently. So let me just come back to his page. There you go, guys. So now you can see it's Daniel Hupperts, P-E-R-T-Z. Yeah, really nice guy. Takes a little while to, obviously he's in Germany, so it takes a little while for him to reply, but he has always replied. He's never left things. There's always been a thank you, your traffic started, your traffic's finished, and I think as well he gives you a bonus to help you monetize your traffic that you don't need, but it's just a nice little touch, and it adds that sense of professionalism from Daniel as well. So I'm happy to recommend Daniel's traffic, absolutely, and I'll put his name inside. There it is up there, udemy.com/Daniel Solo Ads. I'll put that URL and his name inside the group so you can see how it works and you can go and get traffic yourself. Yeah, it's all good stuff. Did you want to add anything, JP?
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, when you can get that kind of opt-in rate, 40-45%, even close to 50%. Yeah, it gives you some room to work with, because you know that when you send a few hundred clicks, you get quite a significant number of leads, and then you can start working with these leads. Sending them emails and checking the open rate and the click-through rate, and starting getting clicks and sales. That's what I was referring to at the beginning of this session. If we just add, like, I don't know, 10 to 50 leads, we could not know exactly what's going on, but we got almost like 300 leads, fresh leads, and they are opening the emails and clicking and even joining after hours, not just right away. So it means it works fine.
Yeah, and what's interesting as well, actually, is that the email addresses from the people who are joining my list, they look real. You know, they have real names in them. You know, it's not like XYZ1341-0.5 at gmail.com. They're proper names. They're people's names. So again, suggesting that, you know, there's a real person behind that email address and it's not fake. So again, it's that, you know, all these little things add up to it being a pretty decent seller in this case. Yeah,
exactly. So, and the next steps would be to continue probably getting some traffic from this guy, testing even what kind of conversion we get when we are using our email swipe. So not just the link, but when he's using our full email, and so we can further test things, and then testing different landing pages and just going from there. Which is, anyway, the 2 pages we are testing is the laptop lifestyle and the funnel one, and then you just want to optimize your backend. If you see that you're not getting too many signups, then you can, you know, try to reorganize your thank you page and you know, highlight some links, change some links or change some headlines. So, but you can only do that when you start getting traffic, because without traffic you won't get any data. So you need some stats and some metrics, and then you can optimize your funnel based on these metrics.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to, so that's exactly right. The test, there you go. So I mentioned earlier on about color coding them. So with these guys here, that have provided results, the further tests that we would then do would be from the link, just the link to start off with. Then we would send them the email again with another test to make sure and see how it converts that way. And then we get a darker color. So here, Daniel, as you can see, is in a lighter orange at the moment. So now the next test is going to be with the email. And then from there on, we can then go to the sort of the darker full color orange, where we can fully recommend in that respect. And then we've done all of our tests in terms of everything that we would normally do. And then from there, we can pretty much go at it free reign. So yeah, that's what I try to do. It's a very simple way. Red ones I would stay away from. These guys potentially could do another, but didn't get a particularly good result from just the link. But these guys here have had the link and the email. So yeah, it's good stuff in that respect. So that's how I do.
Yeah. So if you have any question, now is the right time. So it could be related to what we're doing to the funnel. So yeah, I mean, the most important thing to remember is that everything we've just shown you today is you have 100% access to all of these pages, these funnels, the content, the email sequence, the buyer. So it's you're just like a few clicks away from getting the same results. So yeah, start setting up your funnels, your landing pages, your opt-in page, your email sequence, and then just buy some traffic, and you'll get some leads. It's I mean, the only thing we could do is do it for you and run your accounts. But apart from that, you just have, in a few clicks, you have the landing pages, you have the email funnels, the email sequence. You can just order the traffic and send the traffic straight away. So in just a few minutes, you could be all set and start getting some almost immediate results.
Yeah. I should be looking for more people to test as well after today's call, so we can keep the testing process going as well, really, for you guys, so you can see what's going on. Equally, you know, if you've been testing new people out there who, you know, are not on our list, or, you know, they're people that you know, who you think have got good traffic, then put it in the group so we can test them. So we're quite happy to go and test them as well. Absolutely, you know, the more the merrier, really, because then we can get a bank of sort of approved sellers, and then we can rotate through them. And that's a really good way of keeping that consistent traffic coming. But it also takes away a lot of the frustration of when, you know, you send out traffic, you buy 100 clicks and you get 9 opt-ins and none of them open the emails, which is seriously frustrating. But it is just part of the game. And then when you come across somebody like Daniel and you go, boom, bingo, thank you very much. That's exactly what I've been looking for. You know, it definitely puts a smile on your face when that happens. So yeah, if you guys know any sellers that you want us to test, we'll have a look at them as well. We'll run through the criteria with them to make sure that they adhere to what we want them to do. We'll be in touch with them. We'll make sure they come back to us. Again, we get them to do a couple of things to make sure that they will be decent sellers. Any red flags or anything that we're not sure about, we just move on. So because there are so many sellers out there, you know, as JP was saying earlier on, if you exhaust all of the sellers on Udemy, then you should be doing what we're doing. Really. Yeah. So just let us know, guys.
Yeah, and yeah, keep doing it. Keep testing things. We are. I'm not sure. Maybe do you want to show your quiz funnel, your video quiz funnel?
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So we've got a new funnel that we want to test as well. We had a. Did we show the other version of this, JP, before?
No, I think we showed, yes, the text version, but not the video version.
Okay. Yeah. So if you guys remember a couple of weeks back, JP went through the quiz module with you inside Studio. There's something about video and interactive videos and things like that, particularly, that work really well. So we thought, well, why don't we create something ourselves? Using video and of course the quiz module as well. So this one is kind of a version of that. So the original quiz funnel, which I don't have up at the moment, so it was kind of the text version of it. But what I did was I converted all of the questions into a video. Okay, so let me just see if this one plays. It might do.
If you have an hour a day, here's how a free giveaway can make you $100,000 passive recurring income. If you have the ability to follow simple instructions, have 1 hour available each day, and would like to earn a few $1,000s in your very first month, then this system is for you. Take this 30-second quiz and see if you're eligible to access the very same system that has worked for people who have started out from scratch, just like you. Here's question 1. Are you searching for a real and proven online business to build and grow as your own?
Okay, so you can see how it works. All I did was I just used a kind of doodle art video sort of creation just for it to go to run through on its own. Very, very simple to do, didn't take very long. And actually these buttons down here, they don't appear immediately. They pop up within about 1 or 2 seconds toward the end of each video, and they jump out so people can sort of actually see them and say, oh yes, it's good. So from there, what we would then do, I don't know if you can see it at the bottom of the screen, is it would go through to page 2, which is the next question. Or if not, it would then go through to a motivational video that we've created that sort of kind of, again, keeps people in the loop, and see if we can get them to the webinar that we've done. Again, you guys know all about that. So just let me show you this one. So they go through so they read the headline, click on play. So they go through the video, and then, yes, but I will need some help. So they go through and click on the button, and they then go through to the next page, which is then, of course, got question 2 on it. And it's the same process. So it will go through each question. I think there was 5 in the funnel originally.
Yeah.
And then, so let me just pause this. There we go. So it keeps them inside the eco funnel and leads them all the way through to the opt-in at the end. Okay, so we've got the positives and of course the negatives as well. So let's go through to the next one. Let's see if it goes on. Okay, so I won't click that. So the video would play, the text would then be drawn on the screen, as you saw earlier on, and then the buttons would pop up underneath. There you go, just like that. And then again, they ask the question, you got the call to action. So this would then take them through to the next page, or then it would then either take them through to a motivational video or a sign-up page for a webinar, which again is something that you've seen in the past before. So again, we're trying to keep them inside the ecosystem. So this is the motivational video that we created, and then again, it's got the link through to the waiting room for the webinar. So again, we're keeping them inside the funnel all the time. So we've got multiple touch points all the way through the quiz to try and get people to opt in to join iFunnel, to join iFunnels and to join iMasterclass. So they're inside the ecosystem all the way through. So that's how it works. Did you want to add anything, JP, at this point? Because
I think it's important. So we showed you probably last week or 2 weeks ago the text version, and so we'll be testing both funnels, so the text version and the video version with cold traffic, and so we also sent email traffic to those funnels.
Yeah.
But as you can see, those funnels, they are really for extremely cold traffic, and we will be using these funnels when we want to filter out, all the clicks we can get from an ad, being in an email or an AdWords campaign or a Facebook campaign. People just click out of curiosity, and the way these quizzes works is you basically filter out those who don't qualify for your offer or don't value what you're offering, and you do that by asking a few questions in a sequence. And now the video is great because people love watching videos, and it's engaging. So instead of reading, we want people to watch a video and then they can interact. So it's like an interactive video, except it's not, but it looks like it's interactive because the call to action buttons, they just appear at the end of the video, and then they click, they can see another video. Then based on what they click on, they are rebranched to different funnels. So we can really play with it.
Yeah.
This is like a prototype, this one you're seeing, but of course it's something we have within the quiz funnel. So in our quiz module in iFunnels, you can create that kind of video quizzes. So instead of using regular questions, you just drop a video as your question, but it's exactly the same. And we'll be testing these funnels with regular email traffic, as well as with completely cold traffic from AdWords, from native ads. So that's what we'll be doing, and so we will share the results with you as well. Yeah. And based on we always wait to have like a complete package before we release it. So we could just give you access to these funnels when they're ready. But we want to give you access to these funnels with a recipe. So, you need to use them with that kind of traffic, and this is the campaign, or this is how you could create a campaign. And so, that's what we are also doing. That's the kind of test we are running these days, and we'll keep testing in the upcoming days and weeks.
Yeah, all the way through, yeah.
So where do you host the videos? Amazon S3 or Vimeo. And sometimes YouTube. You can use YouTube as well. It's not a problem. But the problem with YouTube, with Vimeo, it's easier to configure. With YouTube, they will always show related videos and so on and so on. So you don't want that. With Vimeo, you can really configure how your video is embedded onto your website, and decide just to show the video. And when we really want, for example, to run like simulated live webinars, then we use Amazon S3 because we want full control of the video. Yeah. The
video is very interactive anyway. People just love and watch videos, and the videos are only seconds long. They're not huge, long, drawn out movies. They're just, when you're asking the questions, we've got that sketch writing types of videos coming on the screen. So, and people love those. It kind of makes you draw you in. It makes you watch them. And of course, then they're fully engaged. And I suppose, as we were saying, it was last week or the week before, this is kind of like a way of, as JP was saying, filtering out getting rid of the people who don't want on our list. But it's kind of a way of almost having a double opt-in list without that double opt-in process, because you're filtering out people all the way through.
Yeah, exactly. So it's true that so we don't know, we don't have any kind of statistics for the video quiz funnels, but in general, for regular quizzes, even with cold traffic, you could get like 20-25% opt-in rate, which is really good, because I mean, of course, it depends on your ad. You need to get targeted clicks anyway. And then you will get like 2 out of 10, 2 to 3 out of 10 who will complete your quiz. But the thing is, as we told you last week, the idea is you are collecting a lot of commitments and clicks from your prospect. They click your ad, then they read your question, then they answer the first one, second one, third one, and so on and so forth. So, and then they opt in. So by the time they opt into your stuff, they have clicked like 10 times, and each one is a commitment saying yes, yes, yes. And when they are used to saying yes, well, they are more likely to say yes to the next step, which could be your money link or sign up for a trial or to buy a program. So the conversion rate is usually really high on your backend stuff. So even if you get less subscribers, the quality of your subscribers will be a lot higher than if you just send them straight away to an opt-in page. So that's the reason why we don't have yet the metrics for the video quiz funnels, but that's what our goal is, to understand what's happening, in fact, in the backend. So the front end we want to optimize, but we know we get probably like 20%. And what we want to know is, of these 20% of subscribers, how many will upgrade to our stuff?
Yeah, and it's a really soft sell, isn't it? It's very gentle.
Yeah,
and it's really nice. It almost puts the decision in your viewers' hands, in as much that you're not kind of saying buy. It's a very gentle persuasion. So when they do buy, the I suppose buyer's remorse is a lot lower, because they've made the decision, as JP said, 10 times said yes all the way through the funnel. So it's good in that respect. But again, because of that, because you're asking them to do quite a bit, the conversion rate, in terms of the opt-in rate, I should say, will be much lower. I think that's what's going to happen. But again, as JP said, we don't have the details for that, the stats for that yet, but we will have soon.
Okay, so it's probably time to wrap it up. So if you don't have any more questions, or we can take maybe one more question. As usual, just feel free to use the group, to ask questions in the group, to share your results, your feedback on what you've been doing, on the traffic sources you're using. Even the simple things, just saying, okay, I'm starting to set up my funnel 1 today, or I've completed the setup, now I will start buying traffic, just sharing your status and what you're doing. It's important for you and also for other members. So do not hesitate. And because as we keep telling you, we can only help when you take actions, and because then our help will make sense for you. Okay. Let me just check once again. Okay, so thank you all, and we'll see you next week, same time, in one of our Facebook group. And so in the meantime, wish you a great week, great and safe day.
Yeah, thanks guys. Have a good week. Stay safe, and we'll speak to you again next week.
Yeah, thank you.